Hey everybody, welcome to the 2019-2020 Somerset Academy Canyons Athletic Banquet. So just like the virtual classroom, we are having a few issues. We are working them out. We'll go ahead and started pretty soon, okay? So as we do this though, since this is one of our very first athletic banquets that is virtual, we decided to use the YouTube platform. Okay, we decided to use the YouTube platform, which allows us to do a few different things. Number one, we can reach a broader fan base. So right now, if you want to click on that share button and send it out to your grandparents, mom, dad, brothers, sisters that may be out of state, go ahead and do that. All right. The other thing that's pretty cool is because this is on YouTube, you can actually cast it to your smart TV, your Roku player, or your Apple enabled device, and actually put it up onto the big screen if you'd like. There are a lot of different video platform options, and you can actually view it on your TV as well. So go ahead and get ready for a fun night of Somerset Canyons athletics while we get all the coaches joined into the room and we start. But before we do that, we're just going to put it on a quick pause and go and get everybody in order really quick. Okay, 1 second. I'm just going to mute my mic, and the coaches are going to mute their mics as well too. All right, everyone, let's see if this is going to work. All right, hopefully you can see me now. This is still a learning curve. I think once I enable or denable the video, I think it cuts out the live link. So hopefully we should have the live view going now. What we're gonna start working on right now is introducing our athletic director, Mr. Michel Feierstein. Coach Feierstein, go ahead and take it away.
All right. Welcome, everybody. That's great. We're still waiting on some coaches to get in. In the meantime, I might as well welcome everybody. I know this is a little different than what you're used to, but let's get the party started. All right, welcome to the 2019-2020 Sports Recognition Ceremony. Tonight, we celebrate all our school's athletes in an unprecedented time in our history. For many of you, your seasons went on as normal. You competed, not knowing it may be the last time for a long time that you'd be able to get out there. Some of you were able to begin your seasons and have it cut short, unfortunately. And even some more of you didn't even get a chance to start your sports. It's a rough time during our days here, but we push on. We're facing a new norm that has impacted the whole sports world, but I'm confident that we'll be able to return soon and we'll pick up where we left off. There were many successes this year in the program, both individual and team. Heights were reached that teams never imagined they'd get to, and a new confidence, a buzz, has been growing around our school and on and among all the schools around us in our district. People are talking about Canyons. Many sports are being recognized and noticed as growing successful teams. Many of you don't know, but at the high school level, your ranking is based on the strength of the schedule you play, meaning the better the opponent is, the more credit you get for competing against them when it comes time for state rankings. Well, we're now getting lots of calls from highly ranked schools to play us because of the growth that our teams have shown this year. And that's pretty impressive. That defines what we've been doing. This is a credit to you, the athletes, and the hard work that you and every one of your coaches put in and day out. This year, we've also brought back some formerly defunct teams and added new teams. Varsity swimming made a triumphant return. Girls and boys varsity weightlifting was added. We started the middle school cheer program and started a new dance team. I won't talk much about the individual sport successes, as I'll leave that to the coaches when their time to present comes, as long as they made it tonight. One thing I am very proud of, and something I've pushed and envisioned for a while, is the development of our middle school program and players. We have a unique situation here at Canyons. We have a minor league system that develops and promotes our own athletes in our own programs, and they're overseen by the varsity coaches in order to build players ready to compete at the high school level when it's their time to move up. This is something I've been adamant about, and it's beginning to produce the fruits of everyone's labor. Our future is bright. Let me talk a little bit about the awards that I'll be giving out tonight. Firstly, we are moving to varsity letters and pins to recognize our varsity teams. Varsity is a special team to make, so we might as well honor it with a special award, different than anything else or any other team on campus. They look like this, and let me share my screen real quick and get that picture up. That's what the Chenille SC looks like. You will be, I can't see anything. We have that to give out to every varsity team. We have our normal MVP for the teams, most improved, and the Cougar Award. The Cougar Award is an award given to the coach's player, quote unquote, the coach's player, not the MVP, not the MIP. However, it could be the MVP of the most improved. I would hope that would be the case most of the time. But it's also the player that gave the coach everything they had. They listened. They worked hard at every time of practice, in games. Basically, someone who depicts the mold of the player every coach would love to clone and fill a team with. Every team has this award. However, at the varsity level, the Cougar Award will also be referred to as the Red Letter Award. Let me show you what that's going to look like. I think you guys could all see that. That's the red chenille letter. So you guys, the Red Letter Award, the Cougar Award will be receiving the Red Letter Award. So let me explain. So all varsity athletes will receive their varsity letter. You can go and order a varsity jacket, which Miss Neal will have a little bit more information about later on in this. And then you can have it put on the jacket. Or you could hang it on a wall or frame it like I did. I framed my Red Letter Award. The Cougar Award is something everyone should strive for. To receive the Red Letter Award for your team is a major honor. And it's something I'd like for to become a tradition and for everybody to push towards. We also will have high school and middle school male and female athlete of the year as nominated by all our coaches, and a new high school scholar athlete award that will be a senior athlete award. and is also nominated by your coaches based on GPA. So remember, without further ado, let's get this party started. I'll introduce each team's coach if they're here. They'll say a few words about the team, present the award winners, and we'll move on to the next team. First, let me go back because this Zoom thing, let me unshare this. And let's see, is Mr. G in the house? Mr. G wanted to say a few words. Did he join the group in here yet? I haven't seen him yet. All right, he should be in soon. All right, so we'll just wait until he gets in, and we will hear from Mr. G then. All right. Well, do we have our other coaches in here yet? Mr. Ninus, are we up and running?
We are up and running. Next would be middle school girls volleyball. Coach Kara Mason.
No, not yet. Not middle school volleyball. That should be varsity volleyball.
Oh, sorry, wrong page. There we go. Order of teams award. There it is. The next one's going to be
there it is.
Varsity girls volleyball. Coach Kara Mason.
Hold on, I'm just checking to see if this is on now. See if people are watching because my family downstairs is watching.
It is.
So
just remember that it is on a 30-second delay from the time that we are seeing it to the time that the audience is seeing it.
Did Coach Mason get into the room yet?
I do not see.
All right, let me see if they can join now. Technical difficulties. Gotta love this.
Would you like to go down to JV? Coach DeSouza's here.
Yeah. Let's go to JV. Let's go to Coach DeSouza, and let's get it going.
All right, Coach DeSouza, hit that on. There you go.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me? Hello? You guys hear me all right? Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes,
All right, beautiful. I'm texting Coach Kara right now. She says she's having trouble getting in, but I will keep her updated. And as soon as she gets in, she'll go forward with the varsity girls. I'm going to go ahead and start with the girls JV volleyball. I hope you're out there listening. What a great season it was. A very developmental squad that just came in with such heart. And just from the very beginning, gave everything they had. We had a great varsity team to look up to, and these girls on the JV just did everything to learn and continue to learn, and it was just an unbelievable season. So I'm going to go ahead and give it away. The MVP, our most valuable player for this year, is a 9th grader that actually earned a spot on varsity in the district match at the end of the year. That goes to Isabella Consiglio, our varsity our JV MVP for girls volleyball goes to Isabella Consiglio. So congratulations to her. All right. She was an amazing athlete, always had a smile, was always looking to help everybody else out on the team. And it was such a pleasure coaching her. We look forward to many great things for her to come. Moving on to our most improved player for girls JV high school volleyball. This was a girl that started up this season just wanting to learn, asking questions, doing everything she can through adversity to be there every day and really always getting better. And that goes to our most improved player for JV girls volleyball, goes to Kanisha Margina. Kanisha Margina, some of you guys might recognize her from the production of Little Shops of Horror. She was also in our drama department. She did an amazing, got a great voice, but she killed it on the volleyball court. And where she came from the beginning to the end of the season was just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So our most improved player there goes to Kanisha Margina. And then that leads us with our JV Girls High School Volleyball Cougar Award. When I talk about a girl that leaves everything on the court, pours her heart out, and just wants everybody to succeed. When she was on, she was on. And when she wasn't on, she did everything she can to ask questions and see what can I do better. This is the girl, just like Coach Feierstein explained, just completely puts the picture out of what the Cougar Award represents. And that goes to our own Desaya Wheeler. Desaya Wheeler, congratulations for our Cougar Award. That is our JV girls high school volleyball. Congratulations, girls. What a great season. I look forward to you girls coming back next year, hopefully getting back up to varsity and continuing to do amazing things with our high school program. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Coach Souza. What we're going to do is we're going to move to varsity bowling. We have Mrs. Greenberg and Dr. Parks, who took care of bowling. Would you guys come on and say a few words about your team and hand out your awards, please?
Hello. Wow, where to begin? Our Somerset Cougar bowling team has grown in size this past year. Not only have we grown, but we played our hearts out this past season. On both of our teams, we had bowlers almost double their scores in the short 10 weeks of our season. Both Dr. Parks and I couldn't be prouder of our Cougars. We know that next year is our year to shine. This past year, Charlie Korb was our team captain. She helped motivate our players to do the best they could. She always had a smile and a high five to give. She also created the lineups for the Baker games. We thank Charlie for her hard work. We know that she will continue to be a great team captain next year. Tonight, we have a few awards to give out. Our boys MVP this year goes to Jalen Cisco. His game continued to soar. We were excited to see him play and score big. Our most improved player, MIP, on our boys team goes to Sean Abdul. From his first time out on the alley to his last, Sean pretty much doubled his game. We are so proud of the commitment he made to learning the skill of bowling. We know that he will continue to shine. The final award for the boys team is our Cougar Award. Ryan Consiglio has earned this award. His face lights up, and he never lost his spirit. He was so close to going to states, and we know that he will get there next year. For the girls team, our first award goes to Charlie Korb as our MVP. She has an extremely consistent game and hardly leaves any frames open. She earned a spot on the Sun Sentinels 2019 All-County First Team for bowling, and she has been nominated for the 2019-2020 Dexter High School All-American Team. We wish her luck. Our next award goes to our most improved player, Skylar Greenberg. She started out bowling around 110 this season and improved up to 170 this past season. This was Skylar's third year on the team, and each year she has grown, improved, and worked hard to hone in on her skill. We know that she will continue this trend. Our final award this season goes to Alyssa Jotty. Alyssa always has a smile on her face. She always has a kind word, a funny joke, and a twinkle in her eye. She puts her teammates up whenever she gets the chance, and that is why she has earned the Cougar Award for the girls team this year. Cougars, we are so very proud of you. For those that don't know, each year we compete to going to states in Orlando. The top two teams, both boys and girls, can make it. At the same time that we compete as a team, we also compete as individuals. While neither of our teams made it to states together, we did have representation. Alyssa Jotty made it to states as an individual. We were so proud of her, and it was so exciting to watch. Come November, I know that we have what it takes to get to states as a team. We will get there, Cougars. I know it. Both Dr. Parks and I can't wait to coach you again next year.
Nice job. Nice job. Yeah, bowling team did pretty well this year. I was very proud to watch that. All right, we're going to move it along. Coach Taylor, you are up, ma'am, for cross country, varsity cross country.
Hey everyone, I'm Coach Taylor. So glad to be here tonight. This year was a great year. It's the first year I actually coached cross country, and I couldn't have came to a better team. They're wonderful kids, every single one of them. In the running and academically, they're great kids and helped me through the whole thing. There's three kids that I want to talk about today. My coach's award is going to go to Sarah Lentz. She's a senior. She helped me figure out the schedule, what we're doing in practice. She also was a great runner. She's one of the top 3 runners on the team. She always came with a smile and was completely the most helpful student and athlete I could have. I also had her as a student for 2 years, so I was just really lucky to have her twice for 2 things. My MIP was Sarah Ortega. I can't wait to have her next year. She's just going to keep improving and run even faster. She's, you guys all know her. She's a great kid. You know, she's just, I can't say enough good things about Sarah. She's wonderful. Her mother is always involved, and it's a wonderful team. And I'm very excited to do cross country again next year. And my MVP this year is going to go to Sebastian Gerber. He is the fastest kid I've ever met. He is going to do great things. I already know it now. He's going to be running in college. There's going to be people looking after him. And no, I just can't really say more great things about that whole entire team. It's a wonderful team. I'm so blessed to be their coach, and I'm so glad that I was able to do it this year. I can't wait for next year to get even better. And, you know, I just can't wait to see everyone again in the fall. So that's all from me. And I just thank you for having this. I'm glad we could do this for everybody.
All right. Thank you, Coach Taylor. All right. Cross country. Hey, you guys are probably starting soon too, if we get out of here. All right. Let's move it along. Coach Halleckman and the tackle football team. We got Coach Halleckman in here. We got Coach Gonzo in here. We got Coach Hall in here. Who else we got in here? We got anybody other ones?
Coach Holden's here too.
Oh, Coach Holden's in here too. All right. Awesome. All right. Your show, Coach.
All right. Thanks, everybody. First, I want to start by saying thank you to all of our admin. Mr. G, Mrs. Santiago, Mr. Amendola, Ms. Campbell. Ms. Campbell, we love seeing you on screen tonight. We know that's not going to happen too much longer, but we're thrilled that you're here. And Mike Feierstein. We get a tremendous amount of support from all of these folks, and what we try to do with all of the boys and the families associated with football wouldn't possibly come to be without their support. Everything that we do, whether it is somebody achieving all conference, and we'll talk about those guys, or all county, or we qualify for a certain level in the rankings for state playoffs, is really due to nothing I do. And it's more of everything that our assistant coaches do. Tom Hall, it plays a big role on offense and all around the football team. Coach Alex Gonzalez, if you don't know Alex Gonzalez, you don't know Somerset. You have Coach Greg Tinsley. Everybody's gotten to know him well over the last year, and we've kind of adopted him as one of our favorites. And Coach Holden Kyle, I don't know if there's a guy that can get closer to players, get more out of players that I've been around. These guys are exceptional people, and the parents, if you haven't met them yet, I'm sure you've heard your boys talk about them. And I want to thank one other group too. I want to thank the teachers and the counselors, our parents, and security, because you all have helped us along the way of, you'll hear me talk about evolution in a few minutes, but you've helped us help the boys learn accountability and responsibility. We appreciate it greatly. We love your support. More than anything, I want to thank the players. I probably don't need to. They get told thank you, and I love you an awful lot from me and every other coach. We have a pretty special group, and I'm going to talk about just a few things that the football team did over the last year, and then we'll get to the recognitions quickly. Those 3 guys, Coach Holden, Coach Greg, and Coach Tom, all joined us in the last year, whether everybody realizes it or not. This was the first time in Cougar football history that we made ourselves eligible for the state playoffs and RPI rankings. We actually only missed making the state playoffs this past year by 0.0178 points, a ridiculous small fraction. And that's how much it matters which way the ball bounces, right? And I hate cliches. We have a lot of new things going on with our boys. More people getting recruited than ever before. You know, a year ago we had Vanez and Devontae. They both probably had 3 or 4 offers each. This year with Derek and Sebastian and Matt and Marvin, we stopped counting with the number of scholarship offers, full, partial. There was all kinds of different flavors, but we stopped counting how many offers they got. We think that sets up an exceptional trend for our future. And that's in large part, again, to the coaches, attending recruiting fairs, getting our boys to camps over the summers. That's parents supporting them as well. And we've got more and more big time college coaches visiting campus all the time. It's not often that we go a week without hearing from several coaches inquiring about some of the guys you're going to hear about in a minute. Our team had the pleasure and honor of visiting Dolphins football practice this past year. We were on the field with them. Our boys got to interact with them. It was a pretty special experience, and I think they learned the pace, the efficiency, and the commitment that every single rep requires if you want to be great. We had our first night under the lights at Somerset, and I guess on that topic, we couldn't be more excited, more thankful that the turf should be breaking ground any minute, right? We had our second annual Cougar Bowl. That's our JV All-Star game at the end of the year. We invite the parents and the families to get on field with the kids, and we think it's great. We have 4 seniors with multiple offers. I mentioned who they are. Bethany University up in West Virginia is where Sebastian and Derek will be. Matt DeSisto will stay right here in town and play for Kaiser. We expect big things out of him, and Kaiser's an awful lucky program to get him. But first and foremost, those guys earned scholarships, not so much because of everything they did on the football field, but they were great students first. So I hope everybody's listening that wants to be at that next level. We have multiple recruitment efforts underway now for our underclassmen, even guys that coaches can't legally talk to until September 1st. And we're pretty proud of that. Multiple all-county recognitions, multiple all-conference awards. On first team all-conference was Sebastian Venerin, John Aldano. Also represented was Nathan Strachey, Benson Barnes, and Luis Nunez. Matt DeSisto was all-conference special teams. Giordani Pontejour was academic all-conference. For the county, we had representation from Sebastian Venerin, Nathan Strachey, and also Giordani Pontejour. There's a lot that we could talk about with them. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You guys are probably already mad that I took up this much time. So I'll talk about our JV team first. It's a continued evolution of our team. We're very proud of it. And for our most valuable football player on the JV team, we have to talk about Nicholas Consalvo. Nicholas is one of those guys who has been with this program, and his family has been with this program since the very start. A real tough young guy, and his commitment continues to grow. His commitment continues to grow, and so does he. He's grown about 2 feet in the last year. We expect a lot of help from him this coming season. Roman Stober, young man, came in my office in the middle of last season and wanted to know how he could get on the field. We talked for a few minutes, and there was no looking back. He was fantastic. He is our most improved player on JV. And I don't know if Andre could have been with us tonight, but he has good reason not to. Our JV Cougar player is Andre Cabanillas, and he is the epitome of what every coach, what Coach Feierstein talked about. He's the guy you can always depend on. He's always there. He's the best team player, and he's fantastic in the classroom. So we're really proud of those guys, and congratulations. On the varsity side of things, our MVP is Nathan Strachey. And while he is not the mightiest, he's not the biggest, he's not the strongest by far, but he's the most reliable, the most destructive, and the most competent man on that football field every single week. He has been for an awful long time, and he's still real young, leads our team in more ways than we can talk about. Our most improved player, and this guy, I wouldn't be surprised if you see him on TV someday, because he's getting that much attention. And I think Coach Hall is doing some fantastic things with him and all of our quarterbacks, but most improved player is Benson Barnes. Benson Barnes, since he hit the scene, has done nothing but grow phenomenally time and time again. You will hear his name a lot. You will hear his name a lot as a leader, as an exceptional student. You will hear his name a lot in the community. The guy just does things right. We're very proud of him. And our Cougar Award is a guy who came on towards the end of last season and just stepped up for us and did some things that I'm not even sure he believed he could do at first. Luis Nunez carried us through the latter part of the season when we had a great deal of success. and he was just an exceptional young man. He ended the season going to the hospital after the last game. He's near fully recovered now and walking around and jogging around, but he gave it all for his team. He absolutely gave it his all. I have one final thing as I close. I want to talk about and give tribute to somebody who's no longer here. Coach Roden was half of our football team. He drove the defense. You guys all know him from the classroom, and he was a big part of our evolution. I think he will be again. Maybe not formally on the football field as a coach, but certainly as a supporter and a believer. Losing him left a tremendous gap in our program, and we're wishing and hoping very hard that we're able to replace him soon. It leaves a big gap for us. It leaves a big gap for the boys. And I think the parents all know how great he was as far as his commitment to the team, the program, and the school. So with that, I'll say thank you. Thank you to all the parents that continue to get your boys to practice on time, even in this virtual time. We appreciate it, and we love you being a part of this football family.
Thanks, Coach Halleckman. That was awesome. That was awesome. All right. So I've been finding out that some of our coaches just cannot get into this room. So hopefully we'll figure it out before that time comes. All right. Next coach I want to introduce is Coach Simmons for varsity golf. Simmons, take it over.
Thank you, Mr. Feierstein. And, thank all of you for making a difference, not only in your own respective sport, but just in the community as a whole. These kids look up to you, and you guys are mentors. You make a positive change in the lives of all of your respective athletes. And, administration, thank you guys for supporting us coaches along the way. Without your guidance and help, our job would be a lot tougher. So this year I decided to switch from girls varsity soccer to golf. And, it was a really rewarding experience. Don't get me wrong. I missed the girls. I missed the soccer, but I was on to a new chapter, and I got the opportunity to work with a lot of students who have never played the game of golf. Some of them just started in August. The golf season is very short. It goes from August to October. And they were some pretty brave individuals. Kind of got thrown into the fire. Imagine, just learning the game of golf, and then within 2 weeks, you got to match against another school where potentially you're playing some other students from another school who have been playing for, half their life or so. But very proud of both our boys and girls golf teams, and we got a bright future. So very small teams for both. So I'm going to go ahead and just give some recognition for each and every player. For the girls team this year, we had Mia Huber, we had Cody Powell, we had Lindsay Sertil, we had Candace Jinku, Michelle Prusian. They were all amazing. 3 of them are seniors, and they're going to be moving on to bigger and better things. But I really hope that if you guys are watching, you know how much it meant to me to watch you guys go out there and compete. And more importantly, have fun while you did it. So an absolute pleasure watching you guys grow. For the boys team, we had George Hergwindegai. I still can't say that right, and I apologize, George, but he was one of our middle schoolers that decided to join the team this year. Dylan Pleasanton, also one of our middle school players, and Zachary Niesenbaum. You guys did great this year. For our high school players, we had Xander Hickman, Ryan Lang, Ethan Tallery, and Slater Whitehead. What a pleasure it was working with each and every one of you, and every one of you made leaps and bounds throughout the year. It was a lot of fun to watch. And for those of you that aren't seniors, I really hope that you decide to come back and represent your school and have fun and play for Somerset again this fall season in 2020. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the girls awards. For most improved player, I had Lindsay Sertil. Your swing developed so much throughout the year. Whenever you hit the ball and you hit it solid, it went for miles. So very proud of you. You improved so much throughout the year, and it was fun to watch. Most valuable player, Mia Huber. I cannot stress it enough. And she's actually also got the Cougar Award. She was there early every single time. 30 minutes before practice started, she'd be leaving 30 minutes after practice ended. She was always at the matches ready to go. She set the example not only for the girls team, but the boys team as well. If there's a definition of leader, it's Mia Huber. So great job this season. I really hope that you decide to come back and play again next year. And I'll really be looking forward to working with you and seeing your game grow your senior year. For the boys golf, most improved player, Slater Whitehead. What a pleasure watching you play golf this year, buddy. Same thing. You came in relatively new. You weren't afraid to compete with some pretty stellar players at some of these other schools in the county, and you kept your composure and you did great. It was really fun watching you succeed this year. Not only as an athlete, but also as a student. I had the pleasure of having you in a couple classes, and I wish you nothing but the best moving on to college. So great job. Most valuable player for the boys, Xander Hickman. I can't stress it enough. He was the Mia Huber of the boys team. He was always staying late. He was getting there early. He was asking for help whenever he needed it. And because of that, he was able to improve his game more than he already had. And fun watching you get better. And I really hope that you come back and join us again for the 2020 season. And for the Cougar Award, Ethan Tallery, I wanted to give you that award. The reason why, you were the adhesive that kept us together. You were like a glue. If some players were getting down on their game or their performance, because we all know, those of you who have ever tried, golf can be frustrating. You could be playing your whole life and it doesn't matter. You're going to hit a shot and think, how did that just happen? You would always make a way to kind of laugh about it and kind of shake it off. And because of that mentality, you really were able to make things that could be stressful fun. And it really helped the team grow together. And you're the reason why we kind of had the chemistry that we did, throughout the year. So thank you, Ethan. Thank you to all the golfers. Thank you, administration. And just so proud to be part of this Somerset family. So looking forward to another year of golf here in the 2020 fall season. And very, very thankful that I can be a part of such a great program.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Simmons. All right, we're going to move along. We're going to go to varsity cheerleading with Coach Neal and Coach Lockhart because Coach Tinney can't get in the room yet, and I'm going to try and hold out and see if they can get in. Don't know if it's going to be possible, but we'll give it a shot. So, all right, Coach Neal and Coach Lockhart. Oh, look, you guys are together.
Duh, this is how we roll.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I don't even know where to start. So I took over as head cheerleading coach 4 years ago. So this varsity team has been through so much. They were coaching themselves when they became mine. And so I hold this team very close to my heart. They have grown so much over the past 4 years from, essentially girls that didn't have strong jumps. They could only do basic stunts. Now they're, throwing flips in the air. Their jumps are improving. Their motions are great. They're really the backbone of school spirit. And if you would have seen them 4 years ago and you would look at them today, you would say, that's not the same group of girls. So we are just so incredibly lucky, and we are just so incredibly proud of them and how far that they have, how far they've grown and how much they love the school spirit, and they love all of our sports teams, whether it's football or baseball or soccer. They're there to support and, kind of improve school spirit. This is how we roll. She just nods and I talk. All of these girls, we have a team of about 13 girls. They're all special to us in their own individual way. To our 5 seniors, we are so incredibly proud of you. I have been so incredibly lucky to work with you for the last 4 years. You are a group that I truly, truly, truly will never forget. And I can't wait to see what this year holds and what the future holds for our cheerleading program, and how you know, you guys are going to continue to fly and continue to improve and, you know, just be those warm, loving students that I know you are, those warm, loving cheerleaders. You really embody what it means to be a cheerleader. And of course, it doesn't come without the sass. So with that being said, we're going to move on to who we nominated. So we have some of our, oh, where did it go? There it is. Sorry, we're a little bit of a mess over here. So for our MVP, this is someone who is one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
I can second that.
Yeah, she's someone where she's never flown before, she's cheered before. So we said, hey, you're going to do this. And her answer was no problem. You ask her to do something, she does it right away. Without a doubt, you can look at her. She's either eating or dancing any time of day. So our MVP for our 2019-2020 school year is Addie Zachary. So we are so incredibly proud of you. She's just someone, you ask her to do it, she does it. No hesitation, no second guessing. We're like, you're going to try this. And she's like, all right, teach me. Always willing to learn. Somebody that just really, she shines inside the classroom, she shines outside the classroom, and her personality is just absolutely amazing. So Addie, you are our MVP. So for our most improved, we chose somebody, she joined the team probably about 2 years ago. And if you would have seen where she started and where she is now, you would have never known that she only started cheering just about 2 years. She's made such huge improvements. She's one that gets knocked down, she gets back up. And we're just really lucky to have her as ours. And that would be Brianne Venegas. So Brianne, you are our most improved. I just love to see the progress that you have made over the last couple of years. You just have grown tremendously as a young adult and as a cheerleader. And last but not least, our Cougar Award. So this is someone who is very special to my heart. She will come into my office and just start singing or dancing. She's someone that I know I can rely on, that we can rely on.
Yeah.
She is a beautiful human. She runs my tryout clinics. She steps up when I ask her to. If we have a captain out, she's more than willing to help. She's always on time. She rallies her team. And if I could just have like 1,000 of her, I'd be just the happiest coach alive. And I love all of my girls. But this one particular cheerleader just kind of shines through and through. And so that is Jasmine Young. So congratulations, Jasmine. You are our Cougar Award. We are just, like I said, we're just so lucky to have each and every one of you. We love you all. Congratulations, Addie, Brianne, and Jasmine on your awards tonight. And that's all we got.
Yeah.
So we'll see you for round two
Thanks
for middle school cheerleader.
Thanks for doing all
Hey,
that.
thanks for joining in there, Coach Lockhart. Good job.
Yeah, anytime.
All right.
This is how we roll. It's like good cop, bad cop.
Exactly.
I talk a lot. She doesn't.
I just do the nod.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
I just tell them to do push-ups.
All right. Yeah, you just do push-ups. That's all. All right. Anyway, so let's keep this party going. We're going to get Coach Janko and Coach Schwal for middle school baseball.
All right. Good evening, everyone. As the head baseball coach of the program, it's my first year. It was extremely a dream come true to be a head coach of a baseball program. I'll talk a little bit more about that, but I couldn't be in three places at one time, as we had 3 baseball teams going on during the fall. So I needed a coach to head up the middle school baseball team. And that was Coach Schwal, Coach Brian Schwal, and he did an absolutely fantastic job for us. And he's going to talk about our awards for the players and a little bit about the season. So go ahead, Coach Schwal, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Coach Brian Schwal. Many of you probably don't know me, only because I'm not a teacher or a facilitator in the school. However, my son is a student there in the 7th grade, and he's been a part of the baseball team for the past 2 years. And I'd like to thank Mr. Feierstein, Coach Janko, Mr. G, and everyone there that gave me the opportunity to coach the middle school team this year. I had a great time. The team was phenomenal. Parents were great. I couldn't have asked for anything better. We had a great nucleus. Even with the 8th graders moving on to varsity next season, I think the core of the team, the 6th and 7th graders moving up, and then with the new additions that we'll be adding, I think the team is destined for a great season coming up. Again, thank you for Mr. Janko for giving me the opportunity to take on that responsibility and to mold these children into a program which we're trying to develop. And with that being said, we're going to go into the awards real quick. I'm going to start with the MVP award. This award goes to Carter McCormick. I've known Carter now for a few years. I was doing the book for the team in the 7th grade, and now I get to coach him on the field for this past season. Carter took on the role as a leader and mentor, and he was able to push the 6th and 7th graders to raise their level of play and show them the Cougar way. He was always laughing and cracking jokes during practice and warm-ups. When it was time for games to start, he was able to flip the switch and get into game mode. He was very competitive on and off the field, always looking to take the ball from me in key situations. The middle school program will miss him next year, and wish him good luck as he moves on within our program, and congratulations on your award, Carter. Thank you for a great season, and I look forward to seeing your career take off to the next level. Next award that we're going to go into is the Most Improved Player Award. This award is being awarded to Ryan Templeman for making the team as a 6th grader last year and not playing in many games. He entered the season as our starting catcher. As the season progressed, his skills in game management improved game after game. You can see his confidence growing every time that we took the field. He always worked hard on and off the field, willing to work on his craft, and for that, we thank you and congratulate you on your award for tonight. Lastly, we'd like to go into the Cougar Award, which is being given to Parker Ray. Parker's an 8th grader, and which I had the pleasure of coaching this past season. And if I was starting a team, I would definitely want at least 10 Parkers on my team. Parker showed up every day with a smile on his face and the love being on the field with his teammates. His selfless play and team spirit was what made an easy choice for this award. Always rooting on his team, lifting them up when they made a mistake, and keeping it positive in our dugout. He was like having a third coach on the field. I wish you nothing but the best in your baseball future, and we'll miss having you on the field next season. And good luck to you as you move on within the Cougar baseball program. Again, thank you everyone for the opportunity, and thank you for everyone on the team. Just like to give a shout out to Robert Templeman, who assisted me on the field coaching, and Melissa McCormick for doing the book, helping us do some behind the scenes thing with scheduling and practicing, and all the other parents that were out there. It was a great season. Parents are great, kids are great. Again, I couldn't ask for anything more, and thank you again.
Thanks.
Mr. Jacob?
Appreciate you.
All right. Moving along, check this out. All right, so our next team up to present, I'm going to skip around a little bit to make sure that we can get everybody who's in here first. All right, let's go down to weightlifting. Coach Gonzalez, are you going to be doing weightlifting today for us?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do weightlifting.
That was quick, so I guess we're skipping sports here. All right. Hey,
We are. We're trying to figure out how to get these. We have a plan to get some of the other coaches in via FaceTime, via camera on the computer. So we're working this.
All right, I'm ready to go. Let me know I'm ready.
You're ready. Go.
So first and foremost, I want to thank all you guys for coming out tonight. I mean, this is virtual Zoom. It's a little different. And so we're going to move forward. Weightlifting, boys and girls, this year was our first for our program. It was something that has been over the years trying to get developed into our program. We finally was able to do it, and we're excited about it. Being an independent team this year, hopefully we're getting into the state series for next year and actually compete for a state championship. We have a lot of athletes who are very capable on lifting weights and are very strong. And first and foremost, I want to go with just the girls. Our girls season was our most successful and efficient season since it was in the winter. And our starting off with our MVP, most valuable. She was part of the reason why our weightlifting program was able to get started. Our other coach, Alexander Kittle, Coach Kittle, wasn't able to be here tonight, but he was the main one running the show, being with him at practice, being at meets. I was more behind the scenes and coordinating everything. And our MVP for this year for our girls weightlifting team goes to Sydney Prokes. And Sydney is, like I said, the reason why we were able to get our weightlifting program going. She is a phenomenal athlete, strong athlete. She took first in every meet that she attended this year, even though they didn't count it for a state series, but we're excited for next year that we're able to get in a state series, and hopefully she one day will be in the Olympics or in the CrossFit Games. She's a phenomenal athlete. Our most improved weightlifter this year and was Rachel Feierstein, coming into a sport and that it was completely, Haley Feierstein. I'm sorry, Haley Feierstein did weightlifting. And for her coming the first year, not doing the sport and being active, she fell in love with it really quickly. She improved. She was dedicated from the moment she got into the weight room all the way to the end. And she was truly excited to do this. And she was a 9th grader, and she improved from benching only 60 pounds to, at the end of it, I think close to 100 pounds. It was very phenomenal for her to see reach those goals, and we're excited for her for the next couple of years here for weightlifting. And our cool award for the girls is Grace Beard. Grace Beard was the first one, to join the weightlifting program. She never did anything. She was very excited for it as well. All these girls were very excited to do this because it was something different for them. You know, it was something that they could be an athlete in, and it didn't involve throwing the balls, kicking the ball. It involved just lifting weights, and it really showed how much girl sports are evolving. When we move forward to the boys, our boys weightlifting season got cut short in half. We were only able to attend 3 meets. We have a very short team, but our MVP is Christopher DeLeo, one of the strongest male athletes in our school, as well as all around in football, weightlifting. And Chris DeLeo was our MVP. He was able to total out close to 500-600 pounds between his bench and his clean and jerk. Our most improved was Sam Caraco, first time doing it as well. You know, very new, different program. Samuel played football for us, wanted to do weightlifting, strong kid, learned the technique down, was very eager to learn and be productive. And he improved from the very first meet to the last one, even though it was cut short. And our crew reward, somebody who is a leadership, and he was all over the place. He did track as well with me, was Michael Drillich. Michael Drillich did track and field, weightlifting. He did both of them. And he's definitely one of the individuals that I would definitely build a team around when it continues for the next 4 years for our weightlifting team. So congratulations to those athletes. They're all very young. They'll be back next year. And I'm excited for what our weightlifting program is going to do for the next couple of years. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Gonzo. Thanks, Coach Tinsley, for being a part of something. All right. We're gonna go over to Coach Bryant. Coach Bryant coached boys middle school soccer and girls middle school soccer. Coach Bryant, you gotta unmute yourself.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, so thank Coach Feierstein. Thank you to Somerset Academy Canyons for welcoming me this year. It has been an honor and a privilege to join such a wonderful community. It's been great through the administration. Special thanks to Mrs. Schoenwetter for helping me get everything organized, and my constant soccer supporter, Miss Santiago, who's got her hands into the personnel that I have to manage on a daily basis, and keeps them on track for me. So, Mr. D'Souza, your excellent guidance and constant reinforcement to the things that we've trying to accomplish through our soccer program, and then congratulations to the other coaches and athletes who had excellent seasons this year. It's been great to see you all around, see the program and all the athletes growing, learning, and having the successes that they do. With the girls this year, we worked really hard. We look like we're going to have a really numerous team and a lot of players out. And as the season wore on, we kind of lost some bodies here and there for an assortment of reasons. We finished off almost the whole season. We were scheduled for our last game right after spring break. So we finished our season off at a 3-6 league record. And I really appreciated the effort the girls gave me day in and day out. My most improved player for the year was a 6th grader who joined the program, Alani Guaranita. And she came out and worked hard and got better as we continued through the season. The MVP of the year was somebody who did whatever was required of us to try and be successful on that day. She would drop into the back when we needed to be a little stronger defensively. She ran the midfield for us, and then she would try and go forward and score goals for us. So I appreciate Cameron Sells for all the effort she put in, the leadership she provided for the team, and gave to us on a day in, day out basis. And then my Cougar Year Award for the year goes to somebody who had a significant impact as well. Very quiet in her leadership role, but was all business when she took the field and definitely improved us. And that goes to Angelina Rodriguez. So appreciate you ladies' efforts. It was an excellent season. I'm going to miss the 8th graders who are moving on, and I'm looking forward to next year seeing the 6th and 7th graders return to the program. So on the boys' side of things now, we had a good turnout for the boys. A lot of young men came out to look at the program and see if they could fit in. We had 15 8th graders in the team, which makes for a lot of gaps to fill next year. But they did an excellent job coming through the season with a league season record of 7-3, which qualified them for the district playoffs. We won our first game going in, and then we had an unfortunate game to the eventual winners of the district. So we finished 8-4 overall, but a highly successful year. Great network within the team. The MVP of the year went to Aiden Deutsch, who led our team in scoring. The most improved player award goes to a 6th grader by the name of Gabriel Abadia, who came out every day, worked hard, had a tough time finding his way into the team with all the seniors in the program. A lot of people in front of him, but he showed that he could go out and hold his own and live up to the standards that the rest of the boys had set for him. And then my Cougar Award goes to Max Newman. Max was a integral component in terms of whether we were going to be successful in the game or not. He ran the midfield for us. If he was running the show the way he is capable, we generally had the level of success we expected. And I appreciated his leadership skills and his commitment to getting out there and getting the job done. So with that being said, thank you all. I'm looking so forward to returning, seeing everybody, and enjoying our 2021 year as it looks in whatever conditions we have to face.
That was good. And hopefully we'll have a nice turf field for you to play on next year too. Thanks, Coach. All right. Coach DeSouza, we're going to try something. We have a couple of the outside coaches on FaceTime. We're going to try and bring them in to the screen so that they can present. Coach DeSouza is getting himself set up here.
You have to tell me this works.
Yep.
Oh, but you can't hear her?
You got to put on the speaker.
I think I can hear you. Yeah. Am I going?
There you go. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So I'm going to give out my awards for each team that I coached this year. I coached the girls' high school, the girls' middle school, and the boys' high school. Honestly, so let's start with the girls' high school. This was a pleasure coaching you guys. We had a great season. We finished with a record of 10-6 with an 8-game winning streak. And I'm so proud of you guys. Honestly, like it exceeded my expectations, and every one of you guys grew, and it's incredible, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to start with the most improved player. So this player came in not really knowing what position she was. I put her in as an outside because of her versatility and comfort with playing defense. However, when one of our middles got hurt, we needed someone to fill that role as a middle blocker. This player stepped up to the challenge and worked hard to get comfortable with the fast tempo and overall constant fast movement that this position demands. I've also gotten to see this player's kind character when she helped out the girls' middle school team as the manager. So this most improved player goes to Dakota Arnett. Congratulations. All right, so the most valuable player goes to Harley Zietz. Harley was a tremendous asset to the team. Her high volleyball IQ and extremely fast reaction time allowed her to control the game as a libero. She led our team as a captain in some of the toughest matches. I've seen how hard this girl can really fight. She's a competitor. She's also a very fun person to be around. It's been a pleasure coaching her this past year, and I'm looking forward to next year's competition with her. So congratulations, Harley. So the Cougar Award. This award goes to a player that I've gotten to know really well. She's a great volleyball player and honestly a great overall athlete. Her influence on the team this past year was huge. She's a strong leader and was able to lead the team through all the ups and downs as a captain. Her commitment to what she believes in and how she contributes cannot be broken. I'm very excited to see what the future holds for her as she will be going to college next year at FAU. So congratulations, Gianna Reber. So moving on to the girls' middle school team. So this year, I think this was the main focus of this year was growth, honestly. I think these girls really just came in wanting to have a good time and wanted to improve their skills. And I think their hard work really showed that overall. So the most improved player, this girl was an extremely strong asset to the team. As a defensive specialist, she came in as a very feisty player, eager to touch every ball within range. As the season went on, I watched her gain confidence and start to control the back row. Looking back on the season, this player focused on her skills entirely. She was determined, and that is why she grew so much this season. So the award goes to Ava Bryant. Congratulations. Moving on to the most valuable player. This season, I have seen this player make amazing strides. She's extremely strong and athletic and has a very high ceiling ahead of her. Her aggressive approach to volleyball makes her a force on the court. She made a huge impact on our team and did it without attitude or arrogance. She got the job done. And off the court, she was a very sweet teammate and friend. This player has a huge amount of potential, and I am very excited to see what this future holds. So congratulations, Sanai Roberts. And then the Cougar Award. This player was a very strong athlete during our season. Originally, she came in as a setter, but she stuck her neck out, showing interest as an outside hitter, and it sure did pay off. Honestly, her biggest strength was how she was able to lead the girls in the right direction during tough times as a captain. I've gotten to know this player very well, as she also helped out during the boys' season. I've also heard this player has been very influential as class president. She has a strong moral head on her shoulders, and I believe this player can take on any challenge that life brings her. So congratulations, Brianna Little. Woo. And then, all right, moving on to the boys' high school team. So, man, am I upset that our season was cut short. With the time we had, there was so much growth and improvement that happened. These boys have so much passion and drive when it comes to volleyball. I really was impressed because originally I was worried that, considering this is my first year coaching boys volleyball, I was worried that they, wouldn't respect me. But man, we just had a great time. I noticed that they just wanted to come out and do their best and try hard. And that's why the improvement happened, even with the short amount of time that we had. So starting off with the most improved player. This player was one of the most eager athletes that we had on the team. From the moment I met him, I knew he was a very respectful and honorable person, both on and off the court. His attitude with the other boys was always coming straight from the heart. I'm most impressed with his selflessness and his commitment to the team. It's been a pleasure coaching him, and I'm excited to see how he grows in the future. So congratulations, Kevin Castro. Moving on to the most valuable player. This player was a very influential setter and captain on the team. Although our season was cut short, I have seen this guy set the tone for expectations with his consistent 100% effort and high energy. He always had the best interest for everyone on the team and was always trying to make his teammates better, a role that is very important as a setter. He's a phenomenal athlete, and I think the sport can be a great passion for him in his future. So congratulations, Ben Ward.
Woo!
Yeah. And then moving on finally to the Cougar Award. This is another one of those athletes that really came in just wanting to grow and succeed. At the same time, he asked for very minimal recognition. While at first he really didn't speak up too much, his confidence showed through his skills. At practice, he did everything I asked of him and more. But what really blew me away was watching his demeanor completely change in games. He's one of the most confident and fierce players on the court. He does not back down from a challenge regardless of the odds. I've really enjoyed coaching him as a player and also getting to know him as a person. So congratulations, Brandon Board. Overall, I just want to say thank you guys. This was a great experience and a great first year for me. So thank you and enjoy the rest of the awards.
All right. Thank you, Coach. That was perfect. All right. We're going to do the same thing with Coach Horace, who is on the line with Coach Neal and Coach Lockhart over there. Would you please share your screen and get that Coach Horace on us over here so we can give out some awards?
There you go. Is that him?
That's him.
Little bobblehead.
There he is.
We have to share.
Oh yeah, do that.
Where?
Some light, man. It's too dark.
This?
Yeah.
All right. He's on.
Can you hear him?
I can hear him. Yes.
Perfect.
Tell him he's ready to go.
All you.
You're on, Horse.
All right. First off, I would like to thank all the staff, Coach Feierstein, Mr. G, all the people that's involved with us, helping making this possible. This is a tremendous season this year for all three teams, all three programs. They grew tremendously throughout the season. They worked hard. They competed. Most importantly, they did what they're supposed to do in the classroom to be able to compete. Can't wait for the following season. So at first, we're going to go off to the freshmen. All right, we're going to go with our Cougar Award. Our Cougar Award for our freshman team is Max Roman. He did a tremendous job this year, man. Max, I'm looking forward to Max next season. Doing well for our JV team. For our most improved player, we're going with Dylan Charles Pierre. Dylan works very hard, man. I'm excited about Dylan's upcoming season. And for our MVP, for our freshman team, who I'm looking forward to this year, he's growing tremendously, is Davis Yanko. For our JV team had a tremendous season. I believe they only lost one game. They lost one game out of 20. So that was a good season for them. A lot of freshmen on their team, a lot of sophomores that do a good job of competing with us for the varsity season. And for JV, we're going to have, for our Cougar Award, we're going to have Enzo. For our most improved player, we're going to go with Kyle Noel. And for our MVP, it's going to be Marlon Sims. And then for our varsity team, our season was, some would say it didn't go as planned, but I'm very proud of the guys just because it didn't start as well as they would like. The highlight of the season was probably our six-game winning streak, man. The guys believe in themselves. They start buying into what we were trying to do for the season. It ended in the semifinals in the district to a very good North Broward prep team. So I'm very proud of seeing that led the way. So for our Cougar Award, we're going to go with Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin did a tremendous job, man. He was at Somerset for 3 years and did a tremendous job holding the team together through tough times and just keeping everybody grounded. Most improved player, Dominic Ferraru. Dom did a lot of great things for us this year, man. His growth from freshman year to senior year was tremendous. He worked very hard at the gym and as well as in the classroom, maintaining his GPA. And for our MVP, our senior, our guard, the guy who, worked hard, just as everybody else, but he pushed himself a little harder this year just because he has some goals, things he wanted to try to accomplish. and our MVP is Ben Moretti. So thank you guys. Hope all is well. You guys stay safe. Hope you get a chance to see each other next year.
All right. Thank you, Coach Horace.
Cheers.
All right.
All right.
So why is it echoing?
Oh,
Okay, good. All right. What we're going to do next is we're going to do the same kind of thing, I think, unless Coach DeSouza has something from Coach Zach and Coach Quincy because they can't get into the room. I think they're going to try and FaceTime. If not, I think Coach DeSouza has some stuff to read.
I'm gonna give them a try real quick. Let's see if it works. Hold on.
All right. Now with that, you know what, Mr.
Ready?
G, you want to sit? Oh, wait. Oh, they're in. Forget it. Okay. We'll catch up with Mr. G afterwards. All right. I think Eric's logging in. Are we good to go, Eric? If not, I'll move forward. We can skip and go to something else. All right, Mr. G, you want to say a few words first before the Yes Boys come in?
I'm glad to. Good afternoon, parents who are watching. Good afternoon, athletes. Good afternoon, coaches, or good evening almost. This is a fantastic thing. We all wish we can gather in person, but this is the next best thing, and we're glad you're here tonight. This year started out to be, I believe, Somerset Canyons' best sports seasons ever. As far as number of students participating, as far as one lost record, we have done fantastic. The only disappointing thing was we didn't get to finish the spring because we were poised for great success with a lot of our spring programs. We were poised for a lot of success, and it's disappointing we didn't get to show what we had, but we will next year. We'll come back even stronger next year. By the way, speaking of next year, hopefully by the time you see our facilities again, the next time you step foot on campus, you'll see our brand new artificial turf, football, soccer, flag football field should be in a few months. It might have been halfway done already, but this coronavirus has had people at the district not working, and getting permits and everything else has been a struggle, but that is a work. I do want to say that, the thing I miss most is I hear people on the news talking about, we wish we were watching professional basketball or college basketball or baseball. I enjoy watching you, the athletes, our guys and girls, whether it's middle school, high school. The favorite part of my day has been, for the last several years, to watch you guys compete, because you're awesome. You're great athletes. You're good sportsmen and women. And I miss it. And I can't wait to get back to whatever the new normal is and watch you all play again. So congratulations on great seasons. Thank you, parents, for your support. And thank you, coaches, for all you've done as well. And students, all the best. All the best. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Mr. G. All right, we're going to throw it over to Coach DeSouza with Coach Zach and Coach Quincy. Go for it.
All right, Coach DeSouza here, introducing Coach Quincy. Oh,
Am I good to go?
Good, go.
All right, how's everybody doing? Just want to thank Mr. G and Mr. Feierstein for allowing us to be part of the Somerset coaching staff. I was the head coach of the boys flag football middle school. I coached with Zach and Coach John. This was our second season coaching. Last year we went undefeated, won the championship. This year we had an undefeated season. Unfortunately, fell short in the championship. So we'll be looking to come back. Oh, my phone's messing up. We'll be looking to come back next season for the win.
Something. Turn up the microphone.
Anyway, our MVP this year, I'm going to have two MVPs. I'm breaking the rules. Sorry. Our first MVP was Josh Attilis. He was a great kid to coach. When the team needed a play, it just seemed like Josh was always there. Unfortunately, he got hurt at the end of the season and broke his wrist. And he still came and supported the team at all times. Our second MVP was Jackson Gelb. He was our quarterback. He led us out on offense as a quarterback and on defense as the middle linebacker. It was like having another coach on the field. Our Cougar Award goes to Morgan McKinnon. He did everything we asked, played every position on the field, and he was always asking questions on how to improve and how to get a competitive edge. I hope everyone's staying home and staying safe, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
All right, so we're not going to give Coach Zach the phone at that point now for basketball. All right, Coach Eric, get him back on.
Okay.
We'll go back to him. So get him back on. All right. Let's Coach Fertil. Let's go to girls middle school basketball. Oh, look at that. You got to unmute yourself there, Coach. There you go.
Hey, everybody. All right. So it has been such a pleasure coaching this team this year. This is my third year coaching this group. And several of these young ladies have been with me all 3 years, which it was definitely a growing experience. And I would say this year they were pushed beyond some of their limits, and they definitely met my expectations, to say the least. So I'll go ahead and start off with my Cougar Award. This young lady has been with us for 3 years. Actually, sorry, she's been with us 2 years. She was one of my first 6th graders to join the team. Keep the team for the 7th and 8th graders, but I figured I'd give her a shot. She was one of 5 6th graders that tried out that year. And she was one of the 2 that I chose. So my Cougar Award, which is the young lady who has the most spirit, is Kelsey Avenez. Congratulations, Kelsey. My next award is going to be my most improved player. This young lady has been with me for 3 years. She was in our building year 3 years ago, where we were getting stomped on by every team in the district, and we were in the northern part of the league. So therefore that didn't really work out too well in our favor, but she played her heart out this year. She is one of the smallest players, but I call her my big girl. Kylie Morrison, she is my most improved player. I couldn't ask for anything more from her. I truly hope she will continue on into the high school program next year. And my last award is my MVP. This young lady came in from another school, so we were very fortunate to get her this year. She averaged 20 plus points every game. She was the leader, a growing leader. She was the leader in everything that she did. So I want to give a big congratulations to Alea Alien for an awesome job this year. You played your heart out, as well as all the other young ladies on the team. And once again, I couldn't ask for anything more from you all. Our last game was officially the last game in the gym, but it was one that was played fiercely. When I say it was a yo-yo game, and up and down, but these young ladies, they pulled together and we got to win. So if they'll remember anything in the year of 2020, it was that one game that they had where they pulled through. Congratulations to all the sports award winners. And again, it's been my pleasure to coach all these young ladies.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, congratulations to that season. That was awesome. It was really fun watching you guys. All right, so what we're going to do now, actually, we're going to cut over to Coach Eric again. He's got Coach Zach on the FaceTime, and Coach Zach will go now. All right, let's go, Coach Eric. Bring him in.
All right, Coach Eric here, introducing Coach Zach, middle school boys basketball.
And again, it's been my pleasure.
Everyone good? We good?
Yeah.
Good? Eric,
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to, hope everyone's staying safe. Just wanted to thank Mr. G and Coach Feierstein for following us to be a part of the Somerset coaches, though. We had our best season yet as boys basketball. We won 7-3, and we were about to have our first playoff appearance. But unfortunately, we couldn't play due to the current situation. Our MVP of this season was Stoneborough. Stoneborough
was a leader on the court. He made everyone better the moment he stepped on. This man made sure everything was okay. He was always there for anyone on the court. Move where? There you go. Oh, there we go. All right, then much better, much better. And he held everyone accountable and led his voice to a play. Our MIP was King Bridget. He played any position on the court and had a lot of time was asked to guard the other team's best player. Oh, there we go. And our Cougar Award is going to go to Gerard Cherubin. He's been with me for all 3 years, and he's done everything I've ever asked him and even more. It was such a pleasure to coach, and he led by example, and everyone followed his lead also. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone stays safe.
All right, Coach Zach, thank you so much. Man, talk about figuring out things on the fly. All right, we have via FaceTime as well through Coach Scott, we have Coach Perry with his girls varsity basketball team. Coach Scott, will you hook that up, please?
Yeah, getting on it.
All right.
Yep. Can you hear him?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I've been trying to figure this out the last 30 minutes. But girls basketball, first year coaching girls basketball was a pleasure coaching this group of girls. Definitely had a lot of there was a lot of growth this year. A lot of losses, but at the same time, there was a lot of growth in terms of skills that the girls developed beyond the year. I want to start out by introducing my most improved player, Yuki Wang, freshman. She came in. She had to play point guard. She was not feeling that, but she did a great job in carrying the team from the point guard perspective. Hopefully next year she'll come back and join the team. She was our leading scorer this year. She did an amazing job this year. My Cougar award goes to Sophia Amanda. This young lady laid it all on the line on the court. When she stepped between those lines, she gave it all she had. I'm going to truly miss her next year. I wish I had 12 of her on my roster this year. Just the effort that she gave night in, night out. First to show up, and sometimes the last one to leave. And last but not least, my MVP, I couldn't do it without her. She provided so much this year. She did everything I asked her to do. On the ball, rebounding, scoring when needed. Lindsay Schreiber, I hope I didn't mess up that name, but you know, this young lady is an incredible young lady. She did everything I asked her to do. We just couldn't do anything without her. And our season wasn't successful in terms of record-wise, but like I said, the girls gave it all they had, and that's all I can ask for as a coach. So thank you guys, and that's girls basketball.
All right. I now have, we'll see how this works. I now have, hey, Coach, can you turn off the video behind you? Because it's picking up the noise. All right, I have Coach Tinney for swimming on FaceTime here, so I'm going to bring him in. All right, and go ahead, Coach.
Hey, so I wanted to start by saying thanks for to Coach Feierstein for letting me start the new swim program this year. It was the first year of the program, and it went really well. We're going to start with our Cougar Awards. We have one for both male and female. The female Cougar Award goes to Alexandra Gaffard. The male Cougar Award goes to Adam Tatum. They never complained when it was time to, go to work and figure out, everything that needed to be done. They were the ones to jump on it quickly. My most improved male was Christopher Flugokeki, and the female most improved was Mariah Etienne. They both came every day, tried to do their best, and worked hard to get better every day. My MVPs, my female MVP was Mackenzie Ocasio.
and my male MVP was John Trieu, both of which surpassed expectations. John made it to the regional for both the 200-yard freestyle and the 500-yard freestyle, and Mackenzie, a 7th grader, made it to the regionals as a the 100 backstroke. Sorry. Both will be back here. Every single swimmer on our team should be back. We have no seniors, and looking forward to another great year and get even better next year.
All right, Coach. Hey, do you want to do JV baseball while you're on?
Yes, I can do JV baseball right now as well.
All right.
So for JV baseball, our season got cut short. We were only able to play 8 games. It was a new experience for sure. We had some guys that really wanted to do well. These were some tough awards to give out. The Cougar Award goes to Nick Giacalone. He was always there. He always tried to keep everyone's heads up, no matter how good or bad things were going. He was the chatterbox. He was always talking, no matter what, keeping everybody in the game. The most improved was Reese Maiden. He had never played baseball before. And he stepped in, he worked hard every single day and became one of our better outfielders. And then our MVP was Sean Denito. He came in and, he was the youngest kid on the team. He's an 8th grader. But he hit 462 with an on-base percentage of 500. When you get on base, half of the times you step up to the plate, you're always going to give yourself a chance to win some awards. So congratulations to those guys and for the swim as well. Couple of great seasons. Look forward to moving forward with all these guys in these programs.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Wow. Talk about technology. All right. Talking about FaceTime. We got one more coach on FaceTime. We're going to shoot it over to Coach Neal over there in West Palm. And she's going to bring on Coach Bongiorno, who coaches varsity girls softball, and she'll be giving the awards for both middle school and high school. Go ahead, Coach.
Okay. You're on. All you.
Hi, everyone. This is Coach Bongiorno, representing the varsity softball team. We had an interesting season, to say the least. A lot of young athletes on a varsity softball team. It was first time I had ever experienced that, so it was definitely a learning curve. Despite the ages, we were playing against girls that were a lot older and had different maturity levels, and my girls really handled it with a lot of grace. I always tell them that they handled these games that were intense with a lot of grace. And I chose my MVP to be Bella LaGreca. Bella is by far one of the best softball players I've ever coached. And if she stays disciplined and keeps working really hard, I know that we're going to see great things from her. She was definitely our most valuable player. She always came through in the clutch. She could play any position I asked of her. And she's just a great kid. And it was an honor for me to coach her. Thank you, Bella. My most important player, most improved player, excuse me, was Julissa Vaden. She was a 6th grader with incredible athleticism that held her own with all these girls that were older than her. She grew so much with the skills that I taught her. I was so proud of how far she came, and I'm really excited to see a lot more from her during the middle school season next year, and as well as varsity softball. Big deal, that kid, playing varsity softball as a 6th grader. It was phenomenal. She's incredible. My Cougar Award goes to Bella Golis, my pitcher. and utility players. Bella's also an all-around incredible athlete. She could pretty much play anywhere, do anything. So grateful for her. The two Bellas, you know, they were an amazing dynamic duo, a great battery pitcher and catcher, and they always came through in the clutch as well. Real quick, I just want to say a few things, just a couple words about my other players. Olivia Fawcett, fun and determined. Nikki Cannon, dedicated and smart. Marissa, good-hearted and loyal. Ava, dynamic and curious. Hannah, tremendous leadership and an immense love of the game and so much respect for me, and I really appreciate Hannah. Lena, happy and bright. Lily, hardworking and focused. Bree and Daniel were my managers, and they stepped up huge for me. I did not have an assistant coach this season. Bree Crago had amazing ideas. She's a strong lover of sports, and her, you know, dedication was huge. Daniel was her friend that would come, and even though he wasn't officially a manager, I gave him that title because he always helped out. He's a happy-go-lucky and super cool kid. I'm really grateful for the season that we had despite it getting cut short, and I think that you know, we're going to just continue to have much success in this program. So thank you, girls, for all your hard work and dedication, and I appreciate you all showing up so much.
Hey, Coach, do you want to do the middle school, announce some middle school names as well? Do you have them with you?
Do you want to do the middle school too?
Oh, no one sent it to me, so I don't. I will do it if Mr.
All right,
Fire-
so, Coach Neal, you could text if you want.
I didn't receive it. I don't know where that.
That's okay. It's all right. Coach Neal's going to work on that. She's right there. You got it? You want me to move on and we'll come back?
Which ones am I sending?
Neil.
Sorry.
The middle school, you can send
middle school
it,
softball.
you can text it to me and I'll read it.
And then, you know what? In the meantime, unshare your screen for a second.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. We're going to go over to, we're going to go to Coach Janko so he can get the varsity and JV, the varsity baseball team going. And then we'll come back to Coach Bongiorno once she has all the information to read. Coach Janko, you up?
Yep.
You there? All right.
Yep, here. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for staying with us for this long through some technical difficulties.
You're muted, Coach.
Yep. All right.
Hey.
Good now? All right. So thanks for staying with us so long during some technical difficulties, you know, just trying to work things out as best as we can. Like I said before, today is, you know, a great day to honor all of our athletes that we have here at Somerset Academy Canyons. And for me personally, it was a dream come true to be a head coach of a baseball program. Ever since I started coaching 16 years ago, it was one of the things that I've always looked forward to having, hopefully at one point in my life. And I'm very, very grateful for Mr. G and Coach Feierstein for believing in me to guide the baseball program moving forward. Okay. With that being said, we're going to start off with the Cougar Award first. All right. The Cougar Award goes to someone who embodies what it's like to be a Cougar, both on and off the field. Okay. Their team spirit, school spirit, leadership, and their drive and determination to succeed will always supersede athletic ability. Okay. But that doesn't mean that your athletic ability doesn't come into play as well. The recipient of the 2020 Varsity Baseball Cougar Award has all those boxes checked, all those characteristic boxes checked. Team and school spirit, if you want, just check out his Instagram. That's evidence for itself. Leadership during a game there was a player who did not have an extremely good showing. It was quite bad. He took him down the line, put his arm around him, and he was giving him words of encouragement and words of advice to keep his head up and make sure that once he gets in there the next time, to get right back at it. He also had one of the highest GPAs on the team. And his work ethic on the field and off set the pace and tone for our team to succeed this year and for the future. And that player, without further ado, is Jake Malloy. Congratulations, Jake. All right, next up is the most improved player award for the varsity team. Goes to a player who didn't start out on the varsity team. We called him up shortly after a couple games in the season, and he stayed with us the whole time. And midway through, our season got cut off due to our situation. But if we continue to play, this player would have seen more and more opportunities, because every time he got into the game, he was getting a hit. He was on base, and he was putting forth an effort that we want to see every single time that we step on the field. And that player was Tyler Lewis. So Tyler Lewis, congratulations. All right, next up, MVP. Okay. An MVP is someone, if you don't know by now what an MVP is, I really can't help you, but it's someone who's more than just the best player on your team. Okay. For that matter, he was our best player on our team, but you don't have to be the best player on your team, or even the best on the best team as it is, because you Orioles fans know what I'm talking about. Cal Ripken, 1991 MVP on a 95 loss team. Okay. It is a term that is used quite often to just give it to the best player on the best team. And that's not so. Okay. An MVP definitely pushes his teammates and keeps them in the game. And when it's needed for them, they could put a whole team on their shoulders and provide an excellent performance and make sure that we come out on top no matter what. And not just in games, but also in life. Okay. And for us, our MVP did just that. He led us in batting average, on-base percentage, OPS, slugging, hits, doubles, triples, home runs. Even though it was in the preseason, we're still going to count it. Sorry, I had a little tick in my throat. But stolen bases, total bases, runs, wins, innings pitched, ERA, and strikeouts. I think if you calculated it, he would have had the highest wins above replacement than anybody else in the history of the game. And I think it came out to something at like 15 plus WAR. And if you're a stat guy, kind of a sabermetrics guy, that is absolutely phenomenal, because the best single season WAR ever was in 1923 by Babe Ruth at 14.1. And our MVP superseded that. So without further ado, our MVP for this year was Jake Malloy. Jake, it has been a privilege to coach you this year. Keep that I want that ball attitude, okay? I want that ball in every single situation attitude. It's going to excel you through situations that you can't even get yourself out of. You're going to dig down deep and it's going to come out. And if you keep that, you'll succeed not only on the field, but also off the field. All right. It's going to be really hard to replace you, Jake, but we're going to do our best next year. Thank you very much. Congratulations and good luck next year at Southern New Hampshire University.
All right. Thanks, Coach Janko. All right. We're going to throw it back up to Coach Neal. We're going to do middle school softball, middle school cheerleading, and start wrapping this up. We only got a few more to go, and we will announce our athletes of the year and coaches of the year, etc. And we'll call it a night. So, Coach Neal, bring on Coach Bongiorno, and let's get this rolling and moving forward.
Aye, Captain. Oh, wrong direction. All right, you're on.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm back to let everybody know the middle school softball awards. The MVP was Isabella Golis. The MIP was Luciana Thibodeau. And the Cougar Award goes to Isabella LaGreca. Congratulations, girls.
Okay, great. Thanks, Coach. All right, Neal and Lockhart, we're going to do middle school cheerleading. You're muted. You're muted. You're still muted.
You're still muted.
I know.
We
had to hang up.
We don't want to just hang up without saying bye.
Gotcha. All right, you're up.
All right, middle school cheerleading. So this was actually our first year having a middle school cheerleading team, and I am absolutely blown away by them. When we did tryouts, we had over 40 girls. Did you just spotlight us? Oh, you clicked on us. Okay. I was like, why am I seeing my face? It's weird. So we had over 40 girls try out for the team, and we cut our team down to 16. And so those 16 stood out above everybody else. We saw the potential in them. We saw what they could bring to our middle school program to help it grow. And hopefully over the next, our sixth graders over the next 3 years will continue to be a part of our team, and we can't wait to see their skill development. So these girls also hold a very special place in our heart. They're our very, very first middle school cheerleading team, and they did phenomenal. So I don't know if you guys know a lot about cheerleading, but there's basic stunts, safety rules that we go over. And these girls, they started late September. They grasped it real fast, and their skill development increased so rapidly. So we hope that they'll stay with us in the upcoming years. But they're just truly tremendous. So spirited, so loud, just so excited to be a part of the middle school cheerleading team. So they are our inaugural cheerleading team, and they will forever leave their mark at Somerset Canyons. So with that being said, we're going to move right along into our awards. So our MVP, she is one who get knocked down. So I feel like I keep saying that. Yes, cheerleading is a very dangerous sport. A lot of falls sometimes, a lot of bruises, but they get up and they keep going. And this student in particular, this cheerleader, just kind of shined above the rest. Whether she fell down, she got back up. She was willing to help her teammates that had never cheered before, learn skills and kind of just motivating her team. And so our MVP for our middle school cheerleading team is Isabella Mirasola. Sorry, I just butchered that. So Bella, we are so incredibly proud of you. You are MVP for middle school cheer. Our most improved. So this little nugget, she's a sixth grader. She is as spunky as can be. She will bring a smile to your face. She might ask you 8,000 questions a day, but that just means she wants to get it right. She is just so determined. She will ask and ask and ask her coaches, us, other girls on the team, am I doing this right? What do you think I can do better? Like just asking for help. And that just showed how much she grew over the course of their short football season, and even into their basketball season. She was terrified to fly. She got the hang of it. She does phenomenal up in the air. So hopefully you guys were able to catch her at some of the games. So Amanda Meltzer, you are our most improved. So a huge round of applause for you. I just loved your growth this year. You are absolutely phenomenal, and we are so lucky to have you. And our last, but certainly not least, our Cougar Award. This is someone that understands what the commitment is to be a cheerleader. This is someone who pushes her team to be the best that they can be. Someone that really goes the extra mile. Always real leader, always giving reminders to her team. Hey, make sure you're here on time. Why are you not here? We are a team. We work together. Just an outstanding leader for her team. She was our captain this year. So Isabella Gaffard, congratulations. You have won our Cougar Award for middle school cheerleading. So while these three may have won the award, the rest of the team, we are so incredibly proud of you. We are so lucky to have worked with you, and we can't wait to see where you go in the next couple of years.
Thanks, coaches. Again, Coach Lockhart, great input. Awesome. All right, we're sending it back over to Coach DeSouza. Coach has Coach McKenzie from Color Guard on the line, and he will also be doing girls and boys varsity soccer, following it up. And we'll have some girls flag football coming, track and field coming. We have dance team coming, and that will wrap it up. And then tennis, and then we have tennis as well. So we only got a few more left. So let's bring in Coach Eric. You have to unmute yourself, and let's go.
All right, Coach Kenzie, you're good to go.
All right, good evening. So for the Color this year, our season was cut about 2 weeks short, so we almost finished the whole thing, which was a little bit upsetting, but here we are anyways. I want to give a shout out real quick for my captains, Phoebe Dodds and Jalissa Rosario. I think they encompass all of the traits that we look for when we think of an MVP, an MIP, or the Cougar Award. However, I like to share the love. So while I love my captains, I will be awarding to the teammates. So my most improved award goes to Alyssa Outlaw. Alyssa started over the summer with one of her friends, and she just progressed through the season. She heard every critique, correction, and she always applied it with a smile. There was never a sad moment. She knew that we were trying to help her, not bring her down, and she grew from it. So she is our most improved award. Our Cougar Award goes to Kennedy Granberry. Kennedy was one of our students running for leadership, and she was kind of in a trial error, and she was kind of figuring out where her spot was in the team, and she found home in that, being the person that all of her teammates kind of looked up to or went to when they needed to feel a little stressed out about a difficult combination or a tough night at practice. And then our most valuable player award is going to go to Jewel Smith. Jewel Smith has been on our team for 2 years, and she's silent in practice. You would never really notice her, except for she's always practicing. Water break, before practice, after practice, on the weekends. She always wants to get better, and she always pushes herself so hard that I really do think that she's a great role model for the rest of our team. So that's it.
All right, Coach DeSouza, you're muted. You're up.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yep, all good.
Beautiful. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start with girls varsity soccer. So again, from the whole soccer department, I want to say thank you to administration and Coach Feierstein for just helping us build this program. It's been such a journey. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see as many girls soccer games as I would like to this year. Coach Jamie and Coach Charles were unable to be here this evening, so I got a couple of names that I'm going to call out. But from what I saw, when you talk about just a transformation of a team from these girls that had to face some really tough opponents from the very get-go, going to a jamboree with Olympic Heights and Atlantic, and going against these tough teams, and going from a team that couldn't couldn't connect 3 or 4 passes from the beginning of the season to finding a shape and just putting together just a beautiful game of soccer. From the beginning to the end was really amazing for me to watch. Again, I couldn't be a part of it as much as I want to because I was coaching the boys at the same time. But what a transformation of a team! I can't say enough just how well the coaches did and the heart that those girls put in and day out. So I have our awards here. So for our most improved player, a girl that I saw last year, did just an incredible job, came this year and just ruled the midfield like she always does. For the most improved player, we have Allie Whip. Allie Whip as the most improved player for the girls soccer teams. Very well done for her. For our MVP, most valuable player that we had this year, again, a young player that just stood out, and I can't wait to see what she does moving forward. Just stood out on the field, flying up and down the wings and connected with so many different players. Most valuable player for girls varsity high school soccer was Valentina Guzman. Valentina for most valuable player. And then for our Cougar Award, a girl that you can't say just will do everything you ask for. She can't say she can't do enough. She'll be there and ask questions and just will always be everything that you want a player to be. For varsity girls soccer, the Cougar Award goes to Shelby Demeline. So Shelby, congratulations to you. What a great job holding down the defense there. All right, so again, congratulations, girls varsity soccer. What an amazing program we're building, and I can't wait to continue to see it develop. I wish I could give an award to that entire team because they just came together in such a way from going through some crazy adversity to coming together. Just a really, really beautiful moment and beautiful team coming again, and then to beat Atlantic as they did at the end was amazing. So now going on to my boys team and varsity boys soccer. I want to first reiterate my appreciation to Coach Feierstein for bringing me along. This is my second year here as program director of soccer and varsity boys head soccer coach. When Coach Feierstein brought me along, he asked me to build something special, and I promised him that I would. Last year I came into a team that was raw, but they had a heart, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I kind of sat back a little bit more last year to see what they would do, and it was this year that I told Coach Feierstein I'm sinking my teeth into, and I'm gonna expect a lot from the boys, and I was not easy on them. I expected a lot, and I was hard on them. I gave them a lot of pressure to really push them to their limits, and wow, did they just exceed my expectations. From taking our first loss of the season, picking their heads up and then going the next 8 games undefeated against some opponents that nobody thought we could beat. Finishing with a 9-3 record of the regular season, going into the district playoffs, beating a couple tough teams, going into one of my favorite matches that I've ever coached in my entire playing career was the semifinal that we played against John Paul that we lost to in that first game, playing them, going down 2-0, coming back in the last 5 minutes, going into overtime, into penalty kicks, and then winning the game. What a moment. Those boys just lifted together. Unfortunately, we lost to a team that went all the way to the state semifinals. We lost just in the last minute there to American Heritage. Respect to them. But what a season it was. I could not say enough about the journey that these boys had this year. Such a special team to be a part of, and I can't wait to continue building this program to what I know it can be, something truly, truly special. So moving on to, I'm going to start with our most improved player. Our most improved player. This is a player that just barely didn't make the varsity team last year, came on this year knowing that it was a far reach, but he came on, made the team, wasn't sure how much playing time he would get, and then only because of an injury to our goalkeeper, we had Christian Rodriguez step in and just blow everybody away. We did not lose a game. We did not lose a game with our backup goalkeeper at our helm. I think it was 4 or 5, I don't know, 6, Christian will have to tell me. But just coming in, surprised the heck out of me. He stood so strong. Everything that I saw in tryouts that I was a little weary about, he just prove me wrong on the pitch when it mattered. What an amazing player. Most improved player this season has to go to Christian Rodriguez. So congratulations, Christian. I expect great things for you moving forward. All right. Our MVP. Now this was a tough decision because there was so many players that I could have given honorable mention to, but there was one player that no matter what happened on the pitch, he would step up and just bring out everybody and bring the best out of everyone and show his heart on his sleeve, whether we got scored on or we just scored a goal, bring everyone back level. He held down our defense. I call them the Twin Towers out back, him and Brandon, but Alan Diabra, what a player that he is, just, through so much, again, adversity and being there as much as he can, because he did have a lot of stuff going on off the field, being there every day, just the best player that a coach could want to coach. He held down our defense in a way that, as me as a defensive coach, as my players knows, it was just, I couldn't be more proud of. So Alan Diabra gets our MVP of this final season of 2019-2020. And then finally reaching to our Cougar Award. Before I give out our Cougar Award, a couple honorable mentions. Again, Fabrizio, holding the Fabrizio Guzziati, who just played an amazing season, coming off the practice squad to just show who he really was. Jacob E. Loretta holding down our midfield. There's so many people that I could really mention on this team. The entire team did so much. We had a freshman, Nick Ortega, that came in, played a starting role. There's so many honorable mentions, but our Cougar Award, a player that was there every day. If he was 2 minutes late, he came with an exact explanation of why he was late and when he was going to leave and why he could be there. Coach, what can I do? Just everything you could want in a player, and wish that I could have him back. Luckily, I have his little brother for a couple more years. It's Zachary Da Silva. Zachary Da Silva gets our Cougar Award for the varsity boys soccer team. Such a pleasure to have him and his family all the way around, just such support. And I couldn't be, again, I could talk for hours. I could write a book about this season, but thank you guys so much for this season. And thank you for administration and all the coaches that supported us. I saw you guys on the sidelines, so thank you so much. And that is our boys and girls soccer awards for tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Yeah.
Yes,
that was a heck of a run there in the district playoffs. I got to tell you, man, I'm not the biggest soccer fan in the world, but I told the boys, remember, I'm a soccer fan when I'm watching the Cougars, because I don't watch it otherwise. All right. We're going to throw it over to Coach Millsap, talk a little bit about flag football. Unfortunately, got cut short. Coach Millsap, you want to pop a few words?
Yeah, just talk real quickly about our season and how it went. Going into the season, I knew this was going to be my last year coaching. And so really my goal was to try to build a program for the future and leave it in some good hands. And so we really made a lot of strides on doing that this year. I think we're the only program on campus that has 3 levels of play. We have both we have all freshman, JV, and a varsity team this year. Tons of talented girls out there. And I know that we're going to be in great hands going into the future. With that, we got some great coaches who were able to bring along, and they're going to be able to step right in next year and take over and do a great job. And so I'm really looking forward to watching them in the future from the sideline and seeing the great job that they do. Unfortunately, we only got the bad parts of the season this year. We got to do all the hard stuff with all the preseason work and all of the things. And then we got a few games and our season was canceled. And so we really just didn't have the season that we wanted. It wasn't how I wanted it all to end. I was really hoping we'd be able to finish it off with some glory, but it just didn't happen that way. And because the season was cut so short, we really, we don't have any awards either. So that's it for flag football. So back to you, Mr. Feierstein.
Thanks, Coach. We look forward to seeing what happens as these kids grow. We got a nice young core, so I'm looking forward to that as well. It's another nice up-and-coming program that you've built there, Coach. Thank you so much for everything you've done. All right. We're going over to Miss T with the dance team. Miss T, you're up.
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much. As you can see, my background is my girlies because, well, you can't really, they're over there. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much, Feierstein. Thank you so much, administration, for just letting me as a first year teacher decide in September after like a few weeks of teaching, be like, oh yeah, I want to do a dance team too. And Feierstein, you just believed in me. You let me run with the team. You let me create a program. We had so many performances, even though we were kind of playing catch up, just trying to get a whole team together. We had the Pink Out games. We had the South Florida Fair. We had 5 home basketball games that we performed at. We had the pep rally. Administration came to me last minute to perform at the open house, and we made that happen. And then we even had our very first annual showcase that so many people came out to. I want to thank all the parents, all the students, all the staff, all the administration who came out and showed support and showed love for that. Special shout out to Coach Eric for taking a few girls and just break dancing. I mean, they had absolutely no idea what a b-boy was or anything. And now when I tell you, these girls have the attitude, they're b-boys to the core. So that was absolutely amazing. And then shout out to Miss Cadet for like last second putting in her bachata team in the showcase and just kind of like having a well-rounded support for dance. So I thought that was super awesome. I just want to say that these were the absolute best dancers to start my team with. All of these girls have so much personality, so much heart. They put their entire heart and soul into the team. It's like, I wish that I could just give so many awards to everyone, because for this to be the very first team, that I'm coaching and to be the first dance team with this program, they were just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to start with most improved, Christina Barrero. She came in, she's like super calm, super collected, but when she dances, she has so much sass, so much confidence, and it just kind of came up through like out of nowhere. By the end of the season, this girl can go out, do a solo, and she's perfectly fine. For my MVP, this girl kind of snuck up on me. It was like in the middle of the season, I kind of realized, I'm like, whoa, you're actually super amazing and talented, such a kind young woman. She's so smart. Her grades have never been an issue for me. She's just well-rounded, absolutely amazing. That goes to Abigail LaRose for MVP. She's super talented and she's gonna be on the team next year. So super excited for that. And then my last award, the Cougar Award. I feel like this girl probably won't even know that she's going to get this award, just because she might think that she kind of slid under my radar. But I had my eyes on you and I've been watching you. You are so kind. You are so talented. You're hardworking. Anything I ever ask you to do, you do it without question. You're always positive. You just have a smile on your face all the time. And even when you miss practice, you gave me like the longest explanation in group me, ask like, oh, I missed it because of this, that. Like, you were always just trying to appease everybody and the whole team, and you brought up the spirits. So the Cougar Award goes to Ava Ongchenko for being absolutely amazing. And I know that you're just going to go somewhere in the future. You're just going to, I don't know, exceed all expectations and be an absolutely amazing person, because you already are in 7th grade. So that's it for me. Honorable mentions, Ariana, Bianca, Brooke, Sujina, like literally everybody else. You all have such a special place in my heart, being my first dance team. And that is it for me. So go ahead, Fireman, take it away.
Thanks, Coach. Awesome. Yes, very, very proud of that program. You guys did a fantastic job in watching you guys perform and seeing how it started from some very beginning stages and made it to where it was. Really impressed, and can't wait to see what happens in the next couple of years. All right. We're going to send it over to Coach Gonzo for track and field. Gonzo, you're up.
All right, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. I know we're moving up a lot of sports. I didn't realize how many sports we had at Somerset, which is phenomenal. I do got to say that track and field was having an amazing season, both boys and girls. It got cut short, unfortunately. Our girls team was having a phenomenal year, one of the best years that the school has had. And the 7-8 meets that we were doing, they were finishing the top 5, top 3 a couple of times, and even the last meet that we did at King's Academy, taking first, which is the first in school history for our women's track and field team. I do got to say that taking over this year for Coach Roden, who started the program, track and field program, a couple years ago, it's been an honor, and it was very easy for me to adapt in, because I was able to understand the kids and knew them for the last couple of years, helping them, coaching them through strength and conditioning, as well as coaching the throwers, and being able to take over. I had a great supporting cast, and bringing in this year Coach Towson, who helped me with the longs, and it was a great addition to our program, one that we've never had before. Lorenz Augusti coming in from, a 2019 graduate coming back and helping out his program. And it was very helpful for the sprinters. And then finally, our team moms, I call them super moms because like 10 of them that were just amazing on helping us out, just scheduling the foods, picking up foods, making sure our track meets were scheduled, or our track meets were filled with water, Gatorade, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, all the stuff that the kids needed for an entire track meet, since it's literally 6 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. at night. So I want to go forward with, I'm going to do the Cougar Awards. Coach Towson will talk about the most improved, and then I'll finish off with the MVPs. The Cougar Award for the girls is an individual who came in first time down in Florida. She moved down here from Ohio. And the moment she came in, she adapted very, very nice to our team. Our team took her in. She was a hard worker. I was very eager to see her in the off-season training with us. She asked all the right questions. She did everything correct. She was a strong third leg in our 4x1 girls team who was making a run for states this year. And our Cougar Award will go to Lola Crespo. Congratulations, Lola. Thank you very much. You're a senior this year. I wish I had you for the next 3-4 years. So it's unfortunate that you came down as a senior, but congratulations on everything that you'll do. Our male Cougar Award is an individual I had the privilege of coaching the last 2 years in football. He came over to us from Palm Beach Central. Great character, very enthusiastic. He was a very young kid. He very eager to learn. And when he came and did track and field, wasn't really didn't know where he would event-wise he would fit in. He was a fast kid, but when we're talking 100-meter fast, it's a difference between running 14 seconds and running 11 seconds. And Pierre Davamar is our leader, our Cougar Award. He took over as a senior. He holds our triple jump and our long jump record at our school. He adapted to doing the triple jump and long jump, and he was also our 4x1 second leg, and who was also making a run for states as well. So Pierre Davamar, congratulations, also a senior on being a Cougar Award. I'm going to shoot it over to Coach Towson. Coach Towson has the most improved for boys and girls, and then I'll come back with the MVPs.
Sorry about that. I just wanted to say to administration, everyone, thank you so much. I just started here in December with open arms, and it's just been a joy to be able to be a long distance coach. And it's just this most improved awards to me. I'm so glad that Coach Gonzo let me do this. So first is our girls most improved, and that's Alexa Plume. This poor girl, every single meet, I said, you need to get a PR. And you know what she did? She went out and did it every single time with a smile on her face. Sometimes she rolled her eyes, maybe, but every single time she went down, one meet, she went down 30 seconds, which I don't know if you guys know this, but for a mile, that's a huge improvement. So you know what? I can't wait to have you in cross country and track next year. That's an awesome job. Next up is our boys most improved, and that is Ryan Malloy. Ryan, you were not only a great athlete in your events, but you helped coach everyone who wanted to do a hurdle, and you were so excited to do it. And it was just a joy to watch you improve every week and help coach everyone else. And thank you guys, everyone, so much. And Coach Gonzo, back to you.
And I'm back. Thank you, Coach Towson. Congratulations, those two individuals for most improved. Luckily for us, Ryan Malloy is a 9th grader, and we can keep Malloy in our athletic program for the next couple of years as Jake departs for his college adventures. Our most improved, or I'm MVP for the boys. I got my co-assistant, which is my son here. Our MVP for our boys is an individual who came out for track very first year last year. I saw him in our PE class running a 60-yard dash. Told him to come out for track, come out for football. He did just that. He started improving as an athlete, didn't realize his potential. He started decreasing his speed as the year went off last year, and he picked up where we left off. He placed first and second every single meet that we had. He PR'd in the 100 and the 200. He was our last leg on our 4x1 team. So congratulations to Zachary Harrington. He was our MVP. And when I say this MVP for track and field, it's difficult to choose because each and every different athlete, individual-wise, is amazing. Our throwing group is amazing. Tremaine, Robinson, Carol Salisbury, our long-distance runners, everybody's very capable of being MVP. So the entire team was awesome. Our girls MVP is an individual as well. Came on the last 2 years. She transferred over from Santa Lucia's high school. She was an amazing athlete. She declared herself as the fastest girl in our school. When it came to it, she has a school record for the 100 meter, for the 200 meter. She's our third, our last leg, second leg, first leg in our 4x1 team. And our MVP, she PR'd this year, and I guarantee you she would have placed in states this year if our season didn't get cut short. She would have been a district champ, a regional champ, is Staisha LaRose. Congratulations to you as our MVP, as well as earning herself a scholarship to Kaiser University to continue her track and field career. And so you'll be seeing Saisha hopefully in the next couple of years. We'll see her in the Olympics running the 100 or the 200. So congratulations, Staisha LaRose, and thank you guys.
All right. Thanks, Coach. All right. And finally, last but not least, we had a tennis team this year. They didn't do any competitions. They were more of a practice squad and kind of building on their skills. So Dr. Parks and Ms. Cadet headed that up. So they're going to, one of them will talk a little bit about it. I think Dr. Parks will speak a little bit about it. And then we'll move on to athletes of the years, scholar athlete of the year, and coaches of the year.
Hi, everyone. First and foremost, I want to, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
all right.
we're good.
Hi, everyone. So, all right. First and foremost, I want to thank the administration for giving me a chance. I'm brand new, not only to the Somerset family, but also to coaching. And so I really want to thank administration, and I want to thank Coach Feierstein for believing me and knowing that I could run a team. One thing that did happen when we went out for tennis is that we found out that we really needed a year to just practice and hone our skills. So the coach, Coach Cadet, and I decided to go ahead and do that. And without Coach Cadet, I don't think we would have made it through. So a big shout out to her as well. We did have some highlights, even though we didn't compete. Our MVP this year would be Aiden Sapita. Regardless of what anybody's talent was, Aiden did bring a lot to the team as far as talent, and he was always willing to help somebody work on their skill. Our most improved player is Sophia Buck. Sophia, she would just work over and over and over again until she got the ball where she wanted it on the opposite side of the court. So that was really exciting to see her reach her goals. Although the most improved player was hard to choose, as all of our players really grew so much this season, and we can't wait for them to play and actually compete next year. We're very excited about that. And then our Cougar Award goes out to Ryan Abadali. Ryan, regardless of who we had him play with or what we asked him to do or had him do, he always stepped forward and did it with a smile on his face. He was never very loud or boisterous about anything, but he was always there to lend a helping hand, and he was always there to do what we asked him to do, or to cheer somebody else on, or to help someone. So thanks again, everybody, for giving us a chance. And Coach Cadet and I look forward to working together again next year. Thanks.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Dr. Parks. Yep, we have a lot of things moving forward, a lot of things to look forward to. All right, let me get my part done here, and I'll let everybody go. So first, thank you all for sticking around. I know it's been long, but you live and learn, and next year we'll do it a little bit differently, and hopefully it's in person. All right, so congratulations to all our award winners. Physical awards are going to be delivered when the companies are able to process everything and get it to us. I'm expecting the letters sooner than the trophies and plaques. So when I do get the dates, we will set up pickup days. So you guys just look for emails. Coaches will get out to you also as soon as we know everything. So be patient with that. Before we get to the last awards of the evening, let me thank a few people. Mr. G, Mrs. Santiago, Mr. Amendola, thank you for supporting the program. I met many administrators that don't view sports the way you all do. And because of your support, we are able to guide the program correctly and build what we all have wanted to see. Mr. Mark and Miss Liz, thank you for holding our athletes to a level expected of a representative of the school. Skip, I got to thank Skip. Every time I asked you for help, you were more than happy to accommodate and save me from the emergency at the moment. I wish you knew tech. We could have figured that stuff out too. No, I'm just kidding there, Mr. Ninus. We did a great job. Mr. Ninus, thank you so much for coordinating this and getting this together. I appreciate it. Amy Schoenwetter, your help with finances is something I can never thank you enough for. Athletics is an expensive business for a school, and with your help, we figured out how to accomplish what we need to in order to keep the program moving. The parents who stepped up to help with programs like senior nights, travel coordination, snacks like you heard from the track team, etc. Some parents who stepped up this year, you really are needed, and it's a very welcomed act. We want to try and get that moving a little bit more. This program has a lot of moving parts, and the help of some of you parents really makes a major difference. We can use more help, and if you're interested in helping next year, please shoot me an email, as I'm going to try and put together a parent club to help support the athletic program, like every large high school has. It's about time to put this in motion and take the next step in our evolution. With the addition of our new field and lights coming, the new concession stand house that has been installed already right outside our field, our program will be shifting to a new paradigm, and we will certainly need new procedures and all hands on deck to make it all come together. Finally, let's give the coaches some well-deserved recognition. First, you all have made my first year's AD somewhat smooth. Horace, no, sorry, just kidding. Somewhat smooth and actually very enjoyable. I love my job. I say it all the time, and you guys are the reason. You all are a fantastic group, and I'm really proud and lucky to say you're all my partners in the success of the athletic program. Any issues come up, we have many people working together to fix it. Like tonight, so many different things happen, and we all work together to make it happen and release my stress. So I appreciate all your help. You help fix things, adjust or implement whatever it is that our needs arose. You know, it was so many times that we needed to fix things, and many people stepped up. There's so many moving parts, like I said, and many of you were there with nonstop help, advice, an ear to yell at, as I yell, and the crutch to lean on when I needed it. So thank you. Coaches, each of you have done something this year to help me in some way. Eric, Gonzo, Horace, Jen and Neil, Lockhart, Scott, the Yes Guys, Halleckman, Parks. I mean, I can keep going on. There's so many different things that you guys did and lent a hand with, stepped up to build this program. And you dedicated countless hours to make it work. That's why we had a pretty smooth ride this year. It all comes down to together and working together in all areas and making sure we're all on the same page. Like I always said, we're not different islands. We got to work together and make it work like a well-oiled machine. And I appreciate that you bought into what I'm trying to sell. And I can never thank you enough. One last person I need to thank who began doing what she does only recently, Coach Kennedy. Well, she's Coach Brayboy now, but Coach Kennedy, my new assistant AD, you have really made a difference since you started, and I look forward to working with you for a long time. All right, it's all about the team, and coaches know how to build that concept, which not only shows within your individual teams, but as part of a massive program we are building. So let's get some coaches awards. The following coach awards were determined by nominations from their fellow coaches. All right. They submitted their nominations as to why the individual should receive the award. And a few of us made the final decision based on the evidence presented. Based on the amount of submissions and the basis for the nominations, these were very hard to determine with so much success and growth. There were many good supporting arguments for each. However, the winners did have overwhelming support. The first award goes to the Rookie of the Year. This coach, a legitimate official first ever year coaching, came in and took her team to new heights, never seen before here, and I'm excited to see what she does in the future. Rookie of the Year, Coach Kara Mason for girls varsity volleyball. Congratulations, Kara. Middle school girls coach of the year goes to someone who's been coaching for me since I took over as middle school AD a few years back. She has endured a lot of losing before she got to go in this year, only to be cut short before the playoffs. Congrats, Coach Rose Fertil. You are the middle school girls team coach of the year. All right, we're going to go to the middle school boys coach of the year. He's someone that I've watched develop for a long time. He's grown each year, and this year had the opportunity to do something very special before the world came to a standstill. He coaches our boys and girls middle school flag football teams, and this year, highly successful basketball team. Coach of the year for middle school boys, Zach Bennick. Congratulations, Zach. You had overwhelming nominations, so congrats to you. The coach of the year for the boys high school. This is where I had a lot of problems coming to decision, as the support for each of our nominees were overwhelming. I couldn't narrow it down to one, so I made an executive decision, and we have co-winners. It's good to be me sometimes. Each individual has established himself as a staple here at Somerset. The first of the two winners has been here for a few years now, has a hand in multiple sports each year, and this year took over 2 major programs and with a major hand in coordinating another. He also was responsible for creating the workouts that build our team's athletes' strength and conditioning throughout the year. And our first high school male athlete, our male coach of the year is Coach Alex Gonzo Gonzalez. Congratulations. The second male team coach of the year came The second team coach of the year came to us a few years ago as well, and not only established himself instantly, he took a team that had all the potential and none of the guidance and transformed it into a program. And when I say program, that means from the bottom to the top, coordinating from middle school to high school, girls and boys at the same time. He coached JV volleyball. He was a breakdancing coach. He coordinated schedules for varsity volleyball, soccer, girls soccer, took the boys soccer team to the district championship. Our other co-winner for coach of the year, Coach Eric DeSouza. Congratulations. All right. Yay. All right. High school coach of the year for the girls. One word I can constantly use is program. The reason is every team is not an island. It is a product of the development of athletes. Development cannot happen without a program to guide it. So when I say creating and coordinating a program, it means a lot more than just coaching a team. This coach has been doing what she does for a while. She's going to know who it is as I progress through here, so hold your excitement. She would come to me with all these things she wanted to do, questions upon questions upon questions. But what we had already, but it was for good reasons. She took my suggestion to expand the program, create something that will build upon what we had already established our feeder program in the middle school, and boy, did it take off. Cheerleading is a lot of work. It's a lot of coordination, patience, time commitment, thick skin. Did I say patience? Regardless, this program is now turning into one of the bigger programs on campus, and my expectations continue to grow with it. Competition team coming next. Girls Coach of the Year, Jenna Neal. Fantastic. All right, let me get to our final individual awards. Scholar Athlete, as nominated by the coaches. Male Scholar Athlete of the Year, Dominic Ferrero. 3.7 unweighted, 4.6 weighted GPA. Congratulations, Dominic. Female Scholar Athlete of the Year, as nominated by the coaches. I don't have the weighted, but I do have the regular. And the female Scholar Athlete of the Year is Danielle Camera. Congratulations. All right, we're going to go to middle school Athlete of the Year. This gentleman played a couple of sports. He's been part of teams since I've seen him here, and he's definitely one of the top players on each. He had overwhelming support. Middle school Male Athlete of the Year, Carter McCormick. Congratulations, Carter. And the female Middle School Athlete of the Year. This is a girl who played 3 sports this year, and not only 3 sports, but played them, well, played two of them at a very, very high level. The nomination for her was overwhelming. We had multiple people mentioning her name, and it is my honor to award the Middle School Female Athlete of the Year to Isabella Golis. We're going to High School Athlete of the Year. The High School Male Athlete of the Year is someone who played, I think, 3 sports. He was a 3-sport athlete as a senior. Nicest kid. One of the kids that I really enjoy sitting and talking to sometimes. Male High School Athlete of the Year, Marvin Poindexter. Congratulations. And finally, our High School Female Athlete of the Year. This is a girl who played multiple sports as well. I've been watching her play sports for a few years now. Not only a great athlete, but an amazing kid. Look forward to seeing her in the future, and she knows that she's coming back and helping us out. Female High School Athlete of the Year, Gianna Rebor. Congratulations. Well, finally, I want to congratulate everyone for their accomplishments this past year. It was a great start to my time as AD, and I look forward to what is in store for the future. Let me leave you with one last thought. It's hard to explain what pride is. Yes, you can wear the colors, you can represent with your jerseys and hats, and you can play the game. But what separates all that from pride is the desire to succeed for your colors, for the jersey you wear, and for the entity that is Cougar Nation. I've said this before, and I'll say it one last time this year. We take everything around us for granted because it's there. It's available to all of us all the time. It's natural. But when it's all taken away, you long for the hug of a friend, the support of a teammate, the support of a team, the thrill of competition, the agony of defeat. All things Cougar Nation is. Many of you can't believe you actually miss sitting in classes, walking the halls, working your butts off at practice, just being you. So remember, when we return, learn, work, and play as hard as you can, because you never know when it'll all be taken away like it just was. I miss you all. Be safe, and I can't wait to see you all in person again. Good night.